What's going on, guys? My name is Noah with Simple Betterment. I'm here for Mental Health Monday. You know what time it is. Today we have got a submission from one of our subscribers, and let me read this out for you. I'll probably put it right here on the screen just for you guys as well. We got, similar to the lack of motivation video, I'd like to see you talk about how to deal with a lack of ambition. I feel like I can't get anywhere in life because I can't bring myself to actually want anything. So that's a question we're going to be tackling today, guys. If you like the video, please hit a big thumbs up and subscribe below. Just so you know, we have a Google form in the description for videos just like this so that you guys can give me your mental health questions and figure out how to fix your situations. Well, I'm not a mental health professional, but I'm just a college student who's going to help you guys figure out how to solve some of these situations because I've gone through them myself. Let's get right into it. So as always, we're going to start with a Bible verse for those who like them, and then for those who don't, sorry guys, you can skip past this, but we've got Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as you're working for the Lord, not for human masters. All right, guys, so we're going to get into the first step of what to do when you have a lack of ambition. So my first step is figuring out what you care about, okay? I want you guys to analyze yourselves. I want you guys to analyze your passions, your interests, your religions, your hobbies, or like a dream you may have, right? This is how we're gonna find out what we can be ambitious for, okay? So we're going to look at certain things that we care about. For example, if you wanna have a family, if you desire to get married and have a family and make enough money to live in a certain place and enough money to take your family on vacations, things like that. That would be a passion or an interest or a dream that we can look at and we can say, okay, this is how I'm going to be ambitious. This is something I really care about, and this is something I really want to achieve. So we're just going to analyze what we want to achieve, looking at some of these different facets, and that's going to be our first step for trying to get, over our lack of ambition. Well, the second part is going to be, okay, now that I have something in mind, whether it be a passion, a dream, a hobby, how can I set a goal based on that thing that I want to achieve? So sticking back to the first example, if I want to have a family and I want to live in a specific state or a specific place, what goal can I set for myself now so that I can achieve that? Number one would be probably getting a job. You got to have some sort of money, you got to have some sort of flow. So you can set that goal of like, okay, I want to live in a different state, so I'm going to get a job so I can save up to live there, okay? You could set other goals too, such as, okay, I already have a job, I want to save this much money, or I want to plan to move out by this date, so I'm going to need to do what I can to move out by this date. All you're going to want to do in this step is you're going to want to set a goal that has to be an achievable goal. If it's not achievable, then it can't really help you out. But we're going to set a goal based off of what we've chosen that we care about for the first step. And then for the third step, we're going to make a plan based on that goal. So if I want to move to another state, I would set the goal, okay, my goal is to move out of the state by this date. So let's give it 4 months. I want to move out of the state in 4 months, okay? So my plan is going to be working 4 days a week for the next 4 months and saving 20% of my paycheck so that I have enough money to move to another state. Then, while I have all of that time and I'm saving all that money, I'm also going to be looking at places that I can live in or that I could go to in that other state so that I can be there, right? I would be looking for apartments, I would be looking for houses, I would be looking for things like that. And I would also probably set, like a price limit. Obviously, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I have no money and why don't I try and live in this 4-story mansion? Obviously, it's got to be within your bounds, within your achievable funds. So yeah, you just have to make a plan in order to achieve whatever goal you have set yourself on. And you have to, write it out maybe. Some people might have to write it out. Some people can just talk it out with other people. Some people can figure it out in their mind. But we're going to make a goal, and that's going to be pointing us into the right direction, into our fourth step, which is enact your plan. So once you've planned based on your goal, right, and you've made your plan, you've got to do your plan, right? You can't make a plan that you know you're not going to do as well. That's another thing to think about. If you have a plan and it's a very extraneous plan, very difficult plan, obviously you're not going to follow it, right? If it's something that you achievably cannot do or you're going to struggle to do, you should probably come up with a different plan so that you don't struggle to meet that goal. And you have to stick to your plan, which is going to require consistency. And that kind of goes into our fifth point, is that based on whatever plan you have to make a plan that you can do, every day or every week, whatever your plan is, you have to make a plan that you can consistently contribute to. So if it's, like I said before, if it's, I want to move out of state, you can't set a plan that you're going to move into a mansion out of state when you don't have the money to afford a mansion and you don't have the means to get the money to afford a mansion, right? You have to find a plan that you can stick with and you can do all the time within your own means, within your own bounds, and you got to consistently stick to it. That's what you're going to do. You're going to want to find something that you can be consistent with, you can stick with it, and that's ultimately how you're going to achieve your goal. So you might be asking now, okay, like I figured out this, I've had a goal, I've figured out all these things, but how does this help with my lack of ambition? Well, really, whenever you set a goal for yourself that you care about, based off something you care about, then you will no longer have no ambition, because you're going to be dedicated to following a goal because you've set yourself one that you actually care about. So hope this helps, guys. Thank you for watching the video. We're going to have that link in the description so that you guys can submit more ideas for future Mental Health Mondays. I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching. Bye.